Hi there, I'm Clarence Waldron. Welcome back to Black Muse. Before we get started with tonight's show, I want to send a special thank you and acknowledgement, if you will, out to Howard Sandifer and his wife, Darlene Sandifer. They are the founders of the Chicago West Community Music Center. And this podcast is their idea. They said, let's get up close and personal with some of our favorite celebs. So here we are. Tonight's guests are the last surviving members of the legendary Dells, Vern Allison Sr. and Michael Mickey McGill. They will be joined by Vern B.A. Allison, the son of Vern Allison, and Marvin Jr., the son of the late, great Dells, Marvin Jr. We all know the music of the Dells. Oh, what a night. Stay in my corner. The love we have stays on my mind. Give your baby a standing ovation. And they also were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2004. Along the way, Robert Townsend based his movie on the lives and careers of the Dells. So let's get started, y'all. Hey guys, first things first. Please introduce yourself to the audience with the Dells in front first.
I'm Vern Allison Sr.
I'm Michael McGill. They call me Mickey.
The back row.
I'm Vern V.A. Allison.
And I'm Marvin Jr. Marvin.
As we all know, the Dells have had a legendary career. They were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2004. Their hits are endless. You know, Oh, What a Night, Stay in My Corner, Give Your Baby a Standing Ovation. Their lives and careers were somewhat based on the movie that Robert Townsend did, The Five Heartbeats. But tonight, we're gonna start off with Vern B.A., who has a new record out. Let's start there, Vern.
Okay.
Tell us about the record.
Well, the record is it's a reimagining of a song that the Dells did 20 years ago, and it's called "Baby Come Back," that I wrote and produced. And so, in talking with their road manager, Mark Williams, we decided let's try to redo it and put a new twist on it. And so I took I rewrote the verses, and I kept all the Dells, everything that they did in the song. So it sounds as if we're all singing together on the record. And then also Marvin is on the record too. And so we just tried to make it just a family affair and just try to recreate some magic and some energy from the family.
Yeah. So when is it going to come out?
It should be out in a few weeks. Don't have the exact release date, but expect it probably the second week of July.
Got it. Now, when did you decide to follow your father into the music business?
Oh,
Can I answer that, Tony?
Sure.
Tony has, or VA, but Tony has been coming to our sessions since he was a little boy. When we were with Charles Stephanie and VJ, Chess Records, he was there on all those hits that we had. He was there while we were recording them. So he's been around us all of his life. And you know, little Marvin, we raised him. We call him Little Marvin, but he ain't that little more. But no, we love them and we want them to be successful. And we're going to step out there and do everything we can for them.
All right, VA and Marvin as well. What did your fathers teach you about the music business?
Well, to pay attention to all aspects of it, not just the singing of it, but the recording process, the business of it. I learned, as Mickey just said, I learned a lot by just being in the studio with them, learning how engineers work, how producers work. I learned a lot from sitting at the piano with Charles Stephanie when he was teaching them the parts of the songs. And so I learned arranging. I saw a lot of musicians recording. And then I went on the road with them. So I learned how that road business works and how to deal with promoters and just, you know, business on the road, life on the road. So I learned everything.
Okay. Now you have a Christmas, I say a classic, coming up pretty soon with Yvonne Gage's new album. Tell me about that, the Christmas song that you wrote.
Okay. I think that I have two of them out. The first one was called Spending Christmas with You. And so I put that out first. And Yvonne and her company liked it so much that they wanted to record it as well. So, but the first version of it is mine. It's out. It's already out.
Okay.
And so she's putting it. I think her record, I think for this year, she'll have it out.
Got it.
So that, I thank you for saying it's a classic. I appreciate it.
No. Yeah.
I hope that it is. I hope it gets there.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now I want to focus on the Dells for a minute. So how do you feel about VA's new record? I'm sure you like it and all that. Comment on that.
I think it's a hit myself because when I listened to it, I said, wow, now you bringing something back new, which you get both crowds, young and old. So that's what I'm excited about. I told Mickey about it.
When they played it for me, I told my daughter, I said, this is a hit. So now it's time for us to put this machinery behind them. What they need, and it's what everybody needs to start out, you got to have some money put behind you. So you can do the things in the right place, go in the right places. And we got to put our experiences out there now. We've been through a lot, and these are our kids, and we want them to be successful.
See what happens.
Little Marvin is like my little godson back here. we talk, and I talk every day and discuss everything. So they've grown up, and I feel that we had a part in them growing up. We knew them before they even got here, because we started in 52. They were winning more back then, born then. So we're happy for them. Happy about them, happy for them, want them to make it.
Now, you guys have had so many big records. Any favorites that you used to enjoy singing on stage?
Yeah, I used to enjoy singing The Love We Had. And it just hit me, the rhythm, the beat, the whole thing.
I like Love Is So Simple, because that's what it is. And the harmonies are so outstanding, which the harmonies sound like the Moonglows, who taught us how to sing. A lot of people don't know that. The Moonglows are responsible for the Dells, Marvin Gaye, the Spinners, Harvey Fuqua taught us all. Wasn't for Harvey, he's gone now, but the music is still here.
Wow, I didn't know that. Okay. Now you also had Open Up My Heart. That's a pretty deep song. What was the meaning of that? Where did that come from?
You know what happened? Bobby Miller came to the studio. We were recording some songs, and Bobby Miller had just had a newborn son. So when he came in, he told Stephanie, I want to change this, what we're doing, and I'm going to put this in. And Stephanie sat down there and wrote that chart. And the song was about his son and his wife. And it's just a great song because everybody needs that. You want to be a friend, and Marvin sung the hips off of that song. He sung it and he felt it, So that's how it happened. It happened like that. It wasn't long and drawn out. It just happened.
Right. Now you also did a tribute to Dionne Warwick back in the 70s. How did that come about?
Kirk Stewart, he's another one that taught us harmony parts, a whole lot of good singing. We had good rehearsals. He made everybody find out what voice they could sing with. A lot of guys get together and just start singing, but then he sat us down and said, wait a minute, what do you sing? and what do you sing? You know, each one,
What part?
tenor, bass, you know, and he even us all out to what it is we could do with singing. So that's how our blend got so well together.
But as far as Dionne Warwick now, this is ironic. Dionne Warwick, we did a tribute to Dionne because she was so great. And now, recently, she was nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but not inducted, which is a shame. But, okay? This woman brought us through many, you know, with her performances on all the Hollywood shows and whatever. She was so great and sophisticated. And she did not get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So we got work to do. She didn't get in. Who else has been to get in, little Marvin? Tell me something good. Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan didn't get in. Can you believe that?
Oh, well, I didn't know that either. Ooh, wee.
I'll tell you something else too. Patti LaBelle is not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
She is not.
She is not.
Not.
Teddy Pendergrass is not. And it's a lot of artists around Chicago that they should have been in. And Gene Chandler, you know, you got to give it up. Jerry is not in, and Impressions are in, but Jerry Butler's not in. And we have been snubbed, slighted, and it took us a long time to get in. And they've got it's a strength. They actually want it to be the Rock Hall and not the roll. They want to remove the roll, but it's all R&B. But
It's R&B.
And guess what? You can't get in there. You can't just walk up in there.
Right.
They have to allow you to come in and vote you in. And they tell you one at a time, and you close the door.
Yeah.
What Chuck Barksdale told them when he said, before he passed, please extend yourselves and open your hearts and your doors and let the Shylights, the Manhattans, Blue Magic, let those groups in. Those are that's the pillar of all of it. That's the foundation. And it's not going to go away. This is why I'm glad that Tony and Little Marvin out there keeping the music alive, because it's needed. It's needed. It ain't just something to, this is
Right.
from the soul of us. This is Black music that comes from Black people, and it is needed. But otherwise, they'll take it and it will never come back.
Any chance of maybe just the two of you getting back out on stage on the road again, or no?
Me and Bergie only walking. Are you kidding? No. I told Fred, I said, let's get back so we can go home and watch the basketball game. No.
We had some wonderful days out there, but not now.
Yeah, we did. Everything has to end. We started in 52 and we retired in 2012. So that's like 60 years. So that's, you know, had a long run, but it's over.
Now, you two are the last remaining Dells. How do you feel about that? What have you ever thought about that?
Blessed. Feel blessed. We the two youngest. Not saying that we're supposed to live longer than the other ones, but it's just good to be able to carry the tradition on.
I feel I miss Marvin, Chuck, and Johnny. And I got one friend, and that's this man sitting over here. It's my buddy. I miss all the ones. I just wish that we had could do it all over again.
Yeah, that's right.
But we had a great group of guys. And you know what? We all got along for all those years and we stuck together. One thing about the Dells and the Four Tops, we stuck together. We didn't split off them. And somebody didn't take the lead singer and make him so you made more money or whatever. We stuck together. And that's what we want our kids to do.
Stick together.
Don't we?
You do.
Okay. Don't we, little Mark?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, you know, the Dells is essential to music. I tell you, R&B music had the message has changed in music today. You see, if you look back 40 years ago, 30 years ago, the message was different. And you just see how powerful music is. You know, they say music will soothe the savage beast, but it also will incite. Because once they change the message in music, look what we have. Disrespect parents, disrespect authorities.
You're right.
So
That's
R&B
right.
music is real music. It's life-changing. It sets a tone, especially in our neighborhoods.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Anything else you guys want to share? VA, anything else on your mind today?
Yeah, I got a picture of all the guys. I wake up every morning and say, thank you. Those are the ones I love. I made my life with all of them. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
And guess what? We went to the
What's that?
when we were 56, went to New York after Over the Night came out. Over the Night, which came out, and Over the Night was this big, and we were this big. And we didn't know what we had at a hit record. When we got to the Apollo, the record was one of the biggest records in Harlem, in New York. You know. So we had to grind it out and learn, and we had to grow up fast. We had to learn fast, and we had to grow up fast. And New York will teach you. It will teach you.
All right.
These little guys right here behind us, we had said, we're gonna try to get them off the ground. Because
Okay.
Tony, I used to take him to the sessions and he would always say, I'm gonna write a hit. I'm gonna write a hit song about y'all. A hit song. He didn't only write a hit song. He wrote a bunch of them.
Cool. All right. Well, I'm all set. I thank you all very much for your patience and just being here today. Very happy to see the Dells. Very happy. I'm a longtime fan.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Clarence. And be on the lookout for Missing You.
That's
It's
right.
called Missing You, and it's featuring the Dells and Marvin Jr.
See that?
All right now.
I need you now. Missing you. I'm missing you. So much. So much. I saw all the signs